for me and Prime who are TNA fans out there. Bob Ryder, the co-founder of Impact Wrestling, was found dead in his home. I want to say 4 days ago. I don't know if it was actually on Thanksgiving or if it was the day after Thanksgiving. But Bob Ryder, for those who don't know, is one of the founding fathers of Impact Wrestling in TNA, and he had the idea of when TNA was back on the web. Remember when he used to do the weekly pay-per-views, Prime? Yeah, yep. Which was
every Wednesday?
Yeah, and that was all him. Even though it did not work out as well, however, they he was still responsible for that. And then he also got in talks with Jeff Jarrett to to help get that thing off the ground. Then when the weekly pay-per-views wasn't working, Dixie Carter, who was in PR and marketing, I believe it was, talked to her dad to get the money in there, and then we got the birth of TNA. So he's responsible for all that.
Oh, real quick, I got some trivia for both of y'all, real quick.
Okay, well, ladies, get stepped away from the mic real quick, but I got what's up.
Oh, okay. Dang. Well, anyways, the first episode of Impact.
Yeah.
Can you guess who wrestled on the first match or the first episode?
First episode. Okay. Now I guarantee you she wouldn't know that, but
she knows them. She knows these two wrestlers.
She know, but I doubt she. I got two answers.
Okay.
It's either D'Lo Brown and AJ Styles, or I'm going to.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a hint. This person, the second person, was not in Impact. Like he wasn't a signed wrestler. He was just like enhancement talent to just be there to do dates.
Okay, well I can't say.
So it's real difficult.
Okay, I can't say Jerry Lynn. Okay, because Jerry Lynn was definitely gonna be my next thing. Let me think. Okay, enhancement talent. I'm literally going back to 2002.
This is all right. I'm telling you, this is Impact. So this is not 2002. This is Impact, not the TNA.
Oh, you're talking about like recent,
like 2004.
2004. So it's back with
their first TNA Impact.
Their first TNA Impact episode. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And enhancement talent. So
it's random trivia that I just so happened to just be watching the first match.
Was it Dwayne Gill?
Nope. And I say it's kind of current. You'll be like, what? It's AJ Styles versus Roddy Strong.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So honestly, I was not guessing Ryder Strong because if you remember, D'Lo Brown and AJ Styles had some good matches in TNA.
Yeah, they did. That's when D'Lo Brown was still mobile and he was still on his up and up. I feel like. And
AJ Styles, I'll tell you right, learn that false sex from D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so. He probably said, "Yo, I like the way D'Lo do that frog splash." So yeah, I remember it because they was doing stuff. I remember Jerry Lynn was helping out the younger talent at that time also, and I remember who else? The early Impact days. Well, Rod Killings and Ken Shamrock, obviously, but yeah, Roddy Strong. I wouldn't have guessed Roddy Strong. D'Lo Brown and AJ Styles was my first.
That's why because I was like, dang, Roddy was like there back then. I know he was like in Ring of Honor and stuff. But I didn't know he was like getting TV dates.
Yeah, so exactly. So,
and they was calling him the Messiah back then too.
Oh boy, I was a big fan and still am, but I was a huge fan of TNA back in the day. I loved it.
Yeah, of course.
I loved TNA. I loved everything what it was about. I watched TNA from 2004 because in 2002, I ain't gonna lie to you, 2002 in WWE was almost untouchable.
Yeah.
2002 in WWE was like, remember what like 1998 and 1997 were in WWE? Like those years.
2002 was like 2002 on both brands as well. Like it wasn't just Raw, it was like Raw and SmackDown.
Yo, WWE was literally untouchable. This is back when they was giving out great, not good, great content week after week after week. Especially when they first hit the draft. They had one of the biggest Royal Rumbles. That's Triple H return. That's when you had Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania. You had the greatest triple threat match ever. You had Undertaker and Jeff Hardy. that year. You had the NWO coming to day. Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle. Like you had the SmackDown 6. Everything in 2000, the birth of the Elimination Chamber. That was just a great year. So I wasn't even thinking about TNA in 2002. But in 2003, like I said, WWE was still good. It wasn't as great in 2002, but it was still good in 2003. But then I was like, so what's this thing about this TNA? And then I started definitely watching it in 2004. And that whole time is when Bob Ryder was a part of that. And then also, he was in Nashville. And what happened was he had a fall. But he was battling cancer for a couple years. Actually, it's been... I want to say he got diagnosed like that. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, and the doctor said at that time he only had 6 months to live. But he improved doctors wrong, and then he went out and lived obviously more years than that. So he had and he was doing intense chemotherapy. They said. Okay. So they said that he had a fall, and with the fall, he texted some of the Impact wrestlers and staff there that he said that he had a fall, he had trouble getting up, but he's okay. After that fall, so everybody's like, "Yo, man, you need to go to the hospital." He said, "No, I'm okay, I'm good after the fall." So then the next day, people was checking on him to see if how he was doing after the fall. He never got back to any of their texts or calls. So being concerned, they sent police. Some people went to his house, and when he didn't answer the door or anything, they called the police. The police answered the door, came in, and found him dead in his house.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that how Dusty died? He had fell.
Huh?
Isn't that how Dusty died? He fell.
You know what? I don't remember. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember how Dusty died because Dusty kind of hurt me because Dusty died on my birthday.
Yeah, I think he fell. He fell, and he was on the lady was like, yeah, he fell, and then whatever happened after that, it was after he fell though.
Oh wow! Because you know what? I do know it probably is what happened to Dusty, but the same thing happened to Jim Neidhart.
Okay.
He fell, and he hit his head. And
his was worse. Okay.
Yeah, and he had a seizure and died.
That's way worse. Dang.
Exactly. So it was just like, whoa. So that's what happened, and it's very unfortunate. And like I said, he died.
So they didn't say nobody called him because after that, that's the text I would call to.
Well, they use the word contact. So, but they do use when they say when he fell, he texted people. That's
one of the things you got to call right after.
Exactly. He let people know that he was okay. So I'm guessing people text and called him, and since he didn't pick up the phone or anything like that, they were just like, "Oh my God, he could still be on the floor." Because you got the things where older people or people like that or who are very ill fall, and they may say they're okay, but they don't have no help come, and they could be on the floor all day and night.
And, that's my granddaddy used to be like that.
Yeah,
he couldn't even the way that he can't reach the phone after he fell. So when he fell, I used to come home after school or whatever, see him on the ground. Like, how long you been down here? I don't know, about 3 hours. Like,
damn. And don't get us wrong. We're talking about our family. We're not saying the situation is funny by no means. I'm just saying, but that is what happened.
That's what happens, though. You just kind of I don't know if he was just too proud to ask for help or what. I don't know.
They said they happened to my grandmother, and she be just down there face first, and she would have black eyes and stuff like that. I'm like, my God, when these older people fall, they fall. So that's very unfortunate.
Situation.
That's very unfortunate. I'm gonna loop all these things in there because of other things that's happening. Also, because there's also news about a former Impact Wrestling star, Jimmy Rave.
Of course you remember Jimmy Ray. I remember him too from the I can't do it like she did with the rock and rain infection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Jimmy Rave, 37 years old, got his arm amputated this past weekend because he caught infection.
When were they on TNA? Were they in TNA 2006?
Yeah, well, no. See, that's when he went to Ring of Honor, I believe. Because see, I didn't watch him.
2007 is when they were on it.
Oh, Ring. Okay, yeah. Because like I said, I didn't watch because now once again, Ring of Honor was something different. Ring of Honor was there to combat TNA, and I was like, at that time, 2005, 2006, you wasn't touching TNA for me.
Man, I started TNA in 07, maybe.
07? Which by the way, was good. That's when Kurt first came.
Yes, I think after Kurt and Christian and Booker was there, I think that's when I think I came in when Abyss was in jail. That's when I started. They had I think my first thing I seen was Abyss in jail, and then they had tasered him or something.
Oh no, that's when he was in the white coat.
Was he in the white? I think he was in the he was in the white. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 2008, 2007.
Yeah. Even though I think Abyss in 04, 05 was the best Abyss.
Yeah, because he can still move.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, he had to get his arm amputated. Like I said, other than Jimmy Rave and some of TNA, I didn't follow Jimmy Rave in Ring of Honor or anything like that. I know he had a gimmick where they remember when you would toss the little party things at the wrestlers in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, the streamers.
The streamers, yeah, they would toss toilet paper at him.
It sounds like a Jimmy Rave thing.
I'm about to say, and looking back at it from 2020, from this pandemic perspective, I'm like, you not gonna waste this toilet paper. But yeah, I remember, like I said, I went to a handful of Ring of Honor shows where my boy Chubbs would get me some streamers from the dollar store, and we just be tossing them joints, because that was like a Ring of Honor thing to do, the whole streamers, especially when the Young Bucks came out.
Especially that's when you just waste all of them.
Exactly. So, but yeah, it's very.
It's weird though. It's weird that him and Lance Hoyt with that. I didn't even notice that they were that in the business that long. So he's still in the business. Lance Hoyt is at least, still going strong over there. Yeah, doing this thing. So I appreciate it.
And look, the bad news ain't stopping. I'm going to talk about this in the whole block. Dwayne Gill suffered a heart attack.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yep. Yes,
his friend James Ellsworth came out and said that he was in the ICU, but he's doing better, and he should be able to come home.
James Ellsworth. That's a weird. Them two, of course.
You said
what? Of course, those two are friends. Anybody in wrestling.
It just makes sense, don't it? It just
James
for some
Ellsworth
reason.
Dwayne Gill.
Yeah. Now, obviously, I didn't watch Dwayne Gill back in the day when he was, a jobber, which he always has been. But Dwayne Gill, I watched when he was Gilbert in 1998, when he was making fun of Goldberg, which pissed Goldberg off. And he, that's his most famous gimmick that he just took with him on the Indies and everything. But he suffered a little bit of a heart attack, and Devon Dudley has been suffering from health issues.
Okay.
And he not telling nobody what it is.
Did he not testify?
Problem. He, he has that podcast he does called Table Talk.
He does. It's not. Was it Black Table Talk?
That would kind of be funny, but it was just Table Talk, and he's.
It could have at least been Get the Table Talk or something
Get the Table Talk.
Sorry, go ahead.
He wasn't on there for the past couple weeks. He had a little guest appearance this past week where Bill Bailey was on the show, and she was asking how his health was doing. He said, "I'm coming along," what I'm saying. Take it one day at a time. The traditional black answers.
Mm-hmm. Giving honor to the Lord.
Yeah.
Pastor who's ahead of my life.
So he.
Well, that would be a typical Devon answer.
Yeah.
You always saying testify.
Well, I'll say, but he did say, it's been hard, for struggling, stuff like that. So he's been in and out. I don't know what it necessarily is, but it sounds like cancer.
Wait, what? He's the
Could
way,
be
what he
chemo.
was talking about.
The way he was talking about. Cause to me, I don't know. It could be COVID too. I don't know.
Honestly, WWE and they lax ass seeming guidelines. I wouldn't be surprised if he did get it. And they told him not to say it because they don't want any more bad publicity about it.
Yeah, there's like some other people, they want it to go away, but it's just not going.
It just don't go. It's not just gonna go away.
It's not.
We ain't learned nothing from the McMahon family.
Yeah.
They just be sticking around for a long time.
But
especially the mom. Sorry.
But definitely, rest in peace to Bob Ryder. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts and prayers go to Jimmy Rave. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts and prayers go to Devon and Dwayne Gill. I had to lump them all in one section.